Emergency alarms are ringing across international monitoring networks. A drone strike just hit a UAE nuclear power plant, igniting fires at its outer generators. This strike acts as a trigger point for a volatile proxy war. Hours before the attack, Donald Trump posted a cryptic message regarding the calm before the storm, alongside imagery of U.S. Navy positioning, signaling that aggressive retaliation protocols are already in motion. Traditionally, Indian concern regarding Middle East conflict centers on economics. We watch for rising petrol costs, spikes in gold prices, and the slow creep of inflation. An attack on an active reactor changes the strategic calculus. A breach at a Gulf facility introduces the immediate reality of an airborne biological hazard, a threat that travels far beyond a simple economic recession. The vulnerability of these reactors means a localized skirmish now carries the weight of a severe physical threat for over 1 billion people in India. De-escalating this crisis through a quick ceasefire is improbable because the United States and Iran hold demands that leave no room for overlap. The U.S. has laid out an uncompromising ultimatum. They require Iran to surrender 400 kilograms of highly enriched uranium, restrict operations to a single nuclear facility, and accept that no financial compensation will be provided for previous war damages. Iran's counterdemands are equally entrenched. Their leadership requires full financial restitution for destroyed infrastructure, the removal of sanctions to resume oil trade with nations like India, and total sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz. When diplomacy hits a wall, military logic often pivots to high-value infrastructure to maximize leverage. In a region where both sides are seeking high-impact retaliation, nuclear facilities sit directly in the path of incoming strikes. Because neither side has the political margin to compromise, these reactors remain active targets, keeping the clock running on a potential radiation breach. The true danger of a breach isn't measured by the explosive radius on the ground. It is dictated by the high-altitude meteorological wind currents that sit above the Middle East. If a major nuclear facility in the UAE or Iran is breached, it will release a concentrated cloud of radiation straight into the upper atmosphere. These high-altitude currents flow from west to east. They act as an invisible atmospheric highway, pushing radioactive particles out of the Persian Gulf and directly over Afghanistan. The cloud follows this corridor without resistance, tracing an uninterrupted path across the geographic expanse of Pakistan. From there, the currents reach their terminus point. The primary flow plunges into northern India, specifically stalling over the capital region of Delhi, while secondary paths hook southward, sweeping down the Indian peninsula. By sheer geographic and atmospheric design, India acts as the primary catch basin for any airborne catastrophe originating in the Gulf. The immediate damage from a breach would be hyper-localized. Globally marketed economic hubs like Dubai and Abu Dhabi could become uninhabitable overnight. As those winds carry the fallout eastward, the Indian subcontinent faces the reality of radioactive acid rain falling across its territory. This contamination would hit the soil directly, threatening the vast agricultural sector and the food security that serves as the nation's economic backbone. Beyond the immediate harvest lies a biological threat. Scientists are still studying the multi-generational health consequences and long-term impact of radiation exposure on a population of over 1 billion citizens. The reach of these wind currents transforms a Middle East ceasefire into a requirement for India's physical and environmental survival, a priority that far exceeds traditional concerns over the price of oil.
If you value clarity over chaos, explore more on Clear Lens X.